Hi everyone, welcome to On the Other Hand. I'm Ariane Zurcher and we're at lesson number 4. We're going to be covering shapes F and G. I'm trying to remember to wear my Lotus collection jewelry for each of these when I'm doing the River Rocks, since this was the initial inspiration for them. Don't forget to hit that like button, click on the subscribe button and the little bell that pops up for email notifications. I love hearing from you. Leave me comments in the comments section. And let's get started on lesson number 4. I'm going to cover this shape with turkey work. So I'll start down at the bottom, and I'm using Oriental linen old lace. And I make my first little stitch. It's my base. And I come up for my turkey work. I'm going to keep it pretty short. I've done all my turkey work here, and at this top portion I'm just going to go with my Oriental linen and a bouillon knot needle, and I'm just going to make some 3-wrap French knots, kind of loose. I don't want them to, uniform. I want them looking a little wild and organic. I'm just going to fill the rest of this space in with these French knots. And if I see a gap for my turkey work, I'm going to fill that in too, like right there. I don't want any bald spots. I'm going to keep going until this whole space is covered. And when it is, then I'm going to tie it off and I'm going to cut the turkey work loops. So I just go through here and grab as many as I can. And when I have them cut, then I'm going to just give it a trim. The Oriental linen doesn't even need the bunker brush because it just pushes out on its own, and I just go back and cut any loops that I haven't gotten before. There it is. I'm using my 1/2 inch circle template, and with my pencil I'm drawing my circle shape on the lower right edge of this shape. I'm going to work a trellis stitch, but I'm not going to decrease. I'm just going to go all the way up. And I think actually I'm going to do a smaller circle, 1/4 inch circle, and I'll do another one here. For the 1/4 inch, I'm going to use desert sand. This is House of Embroidery. And for the larger 1/2 inch, I'm going to use this one, which is House of Embroidery number 74. All right, so here's my 1/2 inch circle, and I'm coming up with I'm using a tapestry needle. It should be a regular chenille to do the first part, and I may have to switch. I'm going to go around with my backstitch because I'm going to do a trellis, and the trellis the base is a backstitch. So I'm going to come up right next to my first stitch. I take my thread so it loops around, and I go into that first back stitch, making sure that my thread is under the needle, and I pull it through, and I just keep going around. I'm not going to tighten this too much because I'm just going to keep it pretty relaxed. If it feels like it's too loose, I'll tighten it a little. But basically, I want it to be this shape. It helps if I keep my thumb on the thread. It just keeps that placement where I need it. So do you see I'm keeping my thumb here and I put my finger here? It gives me the placement I need for the thread. And I go under. I don't go like this. I go under the thread here. And that gives me my loop. I was doing a video and I noticed that I started to change in the middle of the trellis stitch without realizing it. I had switched how I was stitching it, and I couldn't figure out why it suddenly looked different. And then I looked at the video and I saw that I had changed what I was doing without even realizing. It was absolutely bizarre. So sometimes I think, I can't speak for anyone else, but if I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing, I can change a stitch without even realizing it, and then wonder why it suddenly looks so different. And now I'm starting my next round, and the next round is to go between the two knots. Now here on this second round, I'm going to pull my stitches just a little closer, just a little, not much. This House of Embroidery thread is really lovely. It has just a little sheen to it. Pearl cotton. This is the new line that Sue Spargo is carrying on her site. I really like it. I have a couple in the 8, but I love the 5. The 5 weight, which is what this is. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going around like this. I wanted to show you what's happening. Well, right there, right on top of my pad of paper where I'm writing my instructions. And then here, where I am doing my trellis. So here's what's happening. And this is what I wanted. I wanted it to form a kind of funnel. Now I'm going to keep doing this until it's about a ½ an inch high. I'm just going around as you would, but I'm not decreasing the way I would normally. And I'm just going to keep doing this around and around until this gets maybe 4 more rounds, but I want it to look like that. Usually I use my magnifying lamp when I'm doing this, but since I'm taping, I'm trying to use the camera, which is a little magnified, but it's also just a little distorted. So it's hard to know what's going on here. Tightening these pretty tight now. Definitely getting to the point where I think I'll stop. I don't want it much larger than that. And oh, can we just look at him? Look at this. Look at this kitty. Yes, we're looking at you, Merly. All stretched out. His little paw right there. This is not a good sign. I knew it. Ow! Merly, you can't play with me. No. I'm going to show everyone what you're doing. He's got his little paws in me. Getting very playful. I knew that was going to happen. Hey, I'm showing people can see you. Get your claws out of my hand. Merly, be a good boy. But if I don't respond, then now he's turned his back on me. That's what I get. Okay, so I think that this is going to be it. I'm going to do this last one here, and now I'm going to tuck my thread down. So that it disappears. And now I'm going to do the same but with my number 8 weight Desert Stands House of Embroidery on these two, and I'll do them a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm just doing my little tiny ones here. It's really hard to see without my magnifying glass. I'm not going to do many more on this. I'm going to just stop after a couple more, and I'm going to end right there. I might do one more here. I don't know. I might leave it. Think about it. I may do something around the edge now and then figure out whether I'm going to do one more inside. So normally I do a backstitch on the edge, but because I'm really tight for space here, I'm going to do a backstitch right inside. So just on the inside of this shape. I've gone ahead and drawn 3 more. I'm going to do 5 of these little ones and this big one, and that's it. And then I'll be done, and then we just have this one to do. I'm going to do this with my magnifying glass, but you've seen how I did it with the others. And then I just go around and I don't decrease. I leave my opening here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful as you continue stitching on your River Rocks pouch. Don't forget to hit that like button, click on the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos, click on the bell for email notifications, and leave me comments in the comments section. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to check out the description section where I'll leave links for all the different things that I use in this video and in the making of this pouch. Until next time, here's to stitching our River Rocks pouch together.